This is how I created my first LED cube with no idea what I was doing. It starts off simple with these LEDs that can be red, green or blue depending on how you power them. I'm going to solder together the positives and my hand's already on fire. So I've done a science experiment to see if this happens every time. It does, and I did burn my hand again. Turns out this small rubber tube came loose and caused a gas leak. I only fixed it after this project, so I moved over to a brand new soldering iron that does not set me on fire. We will connect the positive pins, and by grounding the other pins we select the colour. This way we can connect our colour pins vertically to get a 4x4 slice of the cube. Once you connect these slices together, you have yourself an LED cube. The only problem is, I have not thought about how to control this, so I'm going to try and do something clever. It starts with connecting the negatives of the LEDs so they are now joined vertically and horizontally, just not depth-wise. The idea is by only powering one of the 16 positives, we can control a strip of 4 LEDs. Loop over these 16 positives really quickly, it appears like we're powering the entire cube at once. And because we only need to power one of the 16 positives at any given moment, we can use multiplexers. Long story short, in this project I will give the multiplexer 3 wires representing a binary number, and it will send power to the corresponding pin on the multiplexer. For example, if I set the wires to on, off, on or 101, it will power pin 5. Because the cube has 16 pins that we need to power, I should have used a 4 to 16 multiplexer, but I only had 3 to 8s available, so I'm using 2 of those and a transistor to swap between them, acting as the 4th input bit. And then we can start looping over the 16 choices that we have by changing the multiplexer's inputs. And once you loop over fast enough, all of the LEDs look like they're on all of the time. The slight flickering here is just from the frame rate of the camera. I'm using an ESP32 microcontroller purely because it's Bluetooth and I love making everything Bluetooth, so I wrote a quick Python test to make sure I could connect and send data okay. That all worked perfectly. I then spent a while programming this nice blue wave effect because I'm procrastinating the amount of soldering I'm about to do. I ended up scavenging this old circuit that I made for a project, and in the process I did lose a couple of the copper plates, but we don't need to worry about them, it's fine. I thought it would be a good idea to use wire to join the 2 boards and solder them. It wobbles a lot. These were the first 2 wires that I soldered on, just the positive and ground. I ended up doing the rest of it off camera because I was going insane. This is everything soldered up except for that one transistor we need, so all of the resistors have been shoved underneath the microcontroller, and I ended up putting the transistor there as well, not like I had many choices. Overall, I think it's a pretty tidy job if we just don't acknowledge the bottom, so let's plug in the microcontroller and see if it works. I then went ahead and programmed tons of different patterns into the LED cube that you can switch between using Bluetooth. I also allow changing individual LEDs over Bluetooth, so you can draw your own patterns, update it however you want. And that's more or less the project done. I would love to make a case for it at some point, but I'm going to leave that for future me. For now, it can sit on my desk right next to my RGB Bluetooth Wally. Thanks for watching and have a good day.